You know, farm life is a good way to raise kids in. When they get out on the farm and go out in the country and get to do things. I grew up in agriculture. Here in Christian County, me and my dad and my brother, we had a farm center at Crofton.
I was born at Fort Campbell. My dad was military. We had a small farm, but nothing to the extent that he did. So he basically taught me what I know.
Lanny worked for Dale King at one time.
I worked for Dale 11 years.
When I started working for King Livestock, it piqued my curiosity. When we bought this place, I mean, we were struggling at the time because we had just gotten married and you know, money was tight. And my brother told us, he says, I need y'all to go to a cattle sale with us because I want to buy some cattle. Next thing I know, he's bought this bred cow. And I'm like, do what? I'm sure that there's other women out there that have husbands that do things like that.
Well, if we hadn't started, we wouldn't have had what we got now.
That's true, that's true.
We took over the farm center in '98 and run it for 14 years.
When you own your own farm store that Lanny and Sheryl did all those years, Boyd Farm Store right up the road in Crofton, Kentucky, you have to become a jack of all trades. Him and Sheryl both did because they was a great team.
Of course, they had the feed store and they welcomed the people of the community in. The cold days of winter, everybody hung out at the feed store, played a lot of cards.
If you walked in that store and if you was not a member of the Kentucky Cattlemen Association, you were going to get asked to sign up.
When Lanny and Sheryl had the farm store, they had membership applications there at the ready. You know, they actively sought out their community members.
They were responsible for me even joining.
Between the two of them, they was president for 4 years of Christian County Cattlemen's. We keep a spreadsheet going of who hasn't renewed their membership, and Lanny sends them a letter. And if they don't respond to third letters, they start getting phone calls.
If the county president gets 10 or more members since the previous year, they get a red jacket. And when Lanny and Sheryl were at the helm, it was just year after year after year that Lanny and Sheryl were sitting up there getting a red jacket. I imagine Lanny and Sheryl have a closet in their house somewhere with just red jackets.
Lanny and Sheryl had an idea, could we put on a local rodeo and raise money for scholarships? That is one of our proud achievements here in Christian County, is that rodeo. As of last count, we're hitting right at $150,000 to area youth, and quite frankly, they have Lanny and Sheryl Boyd to thank for that money.
Our grandson, he rides steers. Now this is a 10-year-old talking. He told me, he says, Grandma, he says, I've already decided what I want to do. And I said, what are you going to do? And he said, I'm going to have me a ranch